So, my proof copies of my book came in. Tell the Truth and by the Wolfman. And I would like to read you the first story out of the book. You may have seen this on Facebook some time ago because I did, in fact, put a lot of this out on Facebook before I published it as a collection of short stories. And so this is The Hunters and the One Who Knows. And I'm going to read it for you. So without further ado, here we are. Not very long ago, in a world very much like our own, there was a girl who came of age in a small village and set off adventuring. Just a few years later, a boy came of age, and giving no thought to the girl who had gone before, set off adventuring as well. The boy and the girl from the village, quite oblivious of one another, had many adventures. They slept in inns and under the stars, and even once or twice in palaces, in strange lands with strange folk. They gained some gold, lost some gold, fought some monsters, found some treasures, and learned many things. One day, by chance, or perhaps by fate, they found each other in a market in a small city on the far side of the world from where they grew up. Well, they were glad to see familiar faces after all of the adventures, and they fell in with each other and had quite a pleasant time in each other's company for some while in this city. One day, the man told the woman, for he was surely a man and she a woman after all these adventures. He told her he had had his fill of adventures and was longing for home. She, being quite a wild woman, suspected she would never have her fill, and his company was quite enough of home to satisfy her. So she suggested they have at least one adventure together. Well, what did you have in mind? He asked. She said, they say that way up north past the frozen tundra there is a forest. They say it is a deep forest. They say it is a dark forest. They say that in this forest is a hut. They say that living in the hut is one who knows. I've even heard, she said, that in this hut, if you ask the right questions, the one who knows will answer truly. In my mind, she finished, is an idea of finding the one who knows and asking. The man quite liked this idea and hated the idea of leaving her, for she was indeed a beautiful woman and a clever woman, and she had a gleam in her eye that promised surprises. So he hastily agreed that they should find the one who knows and asked. Not too fast, she said, for if we ask the wrong question, we will surely be banished to the labyrinth, where the more you try to find your way out, the more lost you become. Well, that would end the story if the man had let it, and it is a shame for stories to end at the first whisper of danger. So, of course, he agreed to go on. They spent another day in the city preparing for a journey north, and at first light, they rode out across the snow to search for the deep, dark forest, the hut, and the one who knows. That's the end of part 1. I'm not going to read any more than that. It turns out reading out loud is more strenuous than I expected it to be. So I'm going to read that much and that much only. If you want to know the rest, hey, by the rights, how bizarre. No, if you want to know the rest, let me know in the comments and I'll keep reading this. Otherwise, you absolutely can buy the book. It's on Amazon.com. You're going to want to search the title and the author, which is Tell the Truth and, which is with a ... and then The Wolfman is the author. If you don't search both, it does not come up on the first page. So, algorithms, right? So yeah, that's my story. And I'm not sticking to it. Actually, I'm moving on. I'm writing a new book right now, and it's called If You're Suffering, Just Give Up. And it's going to be full of fairy tales just like this one, but it's got a sort of a different bend, because this one is about, it's mostly the fairy stories and the folk tales, but then in between them I have different little things that are only usually like a page long, like First Tell the Truth, which is about, being honest and why you should do it, not because it makes you a good person, but because it works.